Hi, and thanks so much for joining us today. I am here with Adrienne Moscheo, and she's a professional organizer. And we're here today to talk about some really tough topics. If you are trapped with some stuff that maybe you want to get rid of, but you don't know how, and you don't know how to work through the emotions of why you still have it, and how to get from here to the next point in the process of dealing with it, how do you do that? If you've been struggling with stuff that you've inherited from mom or dad or grandma, or maybe it's your child that's moved away from home, or maybe even a child that's passed on. How do we deal with those things that are tied up in our homes and they become a part of our lives because they're part of our emotions? So please help me welcome Adrienne Moscheo. How are you today?
Thank you so much, Angela. I'm great. I'm so honored to be here.
Well, you're on a mission, and it's a really interesting mission that's helped a lot of people. And can you share with us a little bit about your process when dealing with people who are, let's say, overcoming grief?
Yes, absolutely. So, my business started a little over 6 years ago out of a deep season of grief for myself. My mom had passed away, and probably about 6 or 7 months after she passed, it really dawned on me how needed that transitional support was around the time that she passed. There was an instance I was asked to do something the day after she had died, and of course, I was willing to help, but just because we can doesn't mean we should. And so I started Blythe Professional Organizing really with a heart to be able to meet people in transitional times. So whether it's been a loss of a loved one, even some people don't think about this, but when a pet passes away, just all the things that are in your home that you don't think about that you are then having to go around and take care of when someone like us can come in and really support you during that really emotionally sometimes traumatizing time. And going through a divorce, having to move out of a home that you've lived in for 30, 40 years, the support of being able to help not only the individuals moving out of that home, but also the families, the children that are trying to be really tactful and loving with helping their parents, moving them into maybe an assisted living, but they don't want to go. And so having a company like mine come in and really, with a heart of empathy, support people through that whole entire process.
And empathy is at the heart of your business.
Absolutely.
What is it about empathy that you decided my business is going to be based around empathy? Because that's a huge commitment for a lot of people, and it takes a very special set of skills.
It does. Well, I say it's because who I am as a human. And so I think that is what I was brought onto this earth to be able to offer a lot of people because of the capacity that I have and the team that I have. I'm based out in Nashville, Tennessee right now, but I started my business in Portland, Oregon. So I have a team in Portland, Oregon. I have a team here, and then we can travel to wherever you are. Both teams, when I choose individuals to really champion this heart of empathy, I think it's so much more about the client than it is about the actual space. So
Mhm.
we can look at a room that is filled with things and say, okay, yes, we can organize this space. But if it is not connecting to the client, how we go about organizing or asking curiosity questions, that room is going to come back to the same exact state maybe weeks, maybe months, maybe a year later. And I want holistic organizing to be something that is a new model that will be sustainable for people because it connects with them individually versus a kind of cookie cutter mold of what has been shown.
And I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of the cookie cutter molds that we see is somebody bounces in on a job and they organize everything based on color scheme, and your closet looks Pinterest worthy, and then they leave. And then a month later, everything is all disheveled and it's not color coordinated anymore. And the process doesn't stick. It was just nice to take pictures of and then show to all your friends. And now it doesn't look like that anymore.
Sure. And we live in a world that is so curated, and we live in a world that tells us that's how it should be. And one of the things I talk about often is the word should, or someone telling you it should look like this, or yes, have the rainbows, or buy more. You should have this piece for this room, more, more, more. I think should is this kind of could cloaked in shame. So I
Mm.
really think that there is so much shame in telling people, "Oh, you should do this," and it's not really something that they own for themselves. So being able to come in and say, "I wanna know how we got here. Tell me and help me understand what are the things that are creating anxiety? What are the things that for your family you feel when you walk into the house, you feel out of control or you feel this sense of, I can't believe it's gotten to this place?" And so, kind of working back versus bulldozing through, which that works, there's a result. But again, I don't think that it is going to be an actual change to their lifestyle. And that's why I think the empathy part of what we do at Blythe is so unique because clients that I've worked with years now are saying things like, "This literally has changed my life," and they are able to own it for themselves. Some of the sessions that I have are weeks at a time, but if I'm flying to a different location for a client, I have a very small window of time to support them, and then I'm gone. And normally it's like once a year that I'm able to see them. So all that other time that I am not there, I'm amazed at what I come back to and how great it looks and how they've kept it up.
So I want to thank you for being with us today.
Oh, thank you so much. It's been an
We've
honor.
talked about some really honest stuff, but I want to leave our audience with one thing, and that's something you said that's really, really important. And you said you are worthy of living in a clean space and you are worthy of
Yeah.
support. And I want to encourage you guys to really think about that as Adrienne just gave you permission. She just said you are worthy. You're worthy of
Yes.
a clean space and you're worthy of support getting there. What does that mean and what does that look like for you? And if that's true, and I believe it is, what does that mean for you? Oh, this was so
Yeah.
good.
Oh,
Tell our listeners
good.
where they can go to find you.
So you can find me on Instagram at yhello.blythe, Blythe. And then my website is it's www.blythe.fun because we are having fun while organizing. Yeah, those are the two best places you can find me. And within my website, you can submit any questions that you have, any projects that you need, all the services that we provide.